trying to tell me that these women are delusional? That they woke up and said to have children?
They are also mad. I'm trying to show you that even this woman,
Martha.
there's a role they're playing. Come on, he's not raping them. Hilda, you mean that for you, any man you sleep with, you just have his kid? You don't do any research? You do not know the man you're sleeping with, that he has 6 kids, that he has 4, that he has 10? You're saying that that does not make a woman irresponsible? Come on, I think
and my faith I support. Our love is just like a rose growing through concrete.
Hi everybody. Today we're going to discuss a video of a gentleman that I saw on the Shade Room. If you know the Shade Room on Instagram, this gentleman with 7 children from 7 women says that he categorically told these women that he does not want to have children with them. He even goes ahead to discuss and say these are not the kind of women that any man would want to marry or to start a family with. The woman has the right to go to an abortion clinic even when she is physically carrying a child and decide that she no longer wants to be a mother. Why can't a man who already categorically explained clearly that he does not want to be a parent, why can't he also have the right to, you know, to wash his hands off of the children? Because it's like they are calling me, tell me they want to be in the kids' lives, tell me to help them, yet I told them. So I want us to discuss that. Do you think that it's a double standard if we don't allow men to also say, you know what, I don't want to be a dad? Or do you think that no, once you have a kid and you're a dad, you must?
If you don't want to be a dad, you have to put protective measures in place to be a dad, because we all know how conception works.
Yes.
You know, the moment you lay down with a woman as a man, there's a possibility that that child is yours.
Yes, there's a possibility. That is true. However, a woman can decide, even 4 months, 3 months in, that she does not want to be a mother and go to a clinic and have a procedure done. How much more a man who's not even carrying the child?
Personally, I don't believe in abortion. I would never have one. I would never advocate for one. So I do not believe that that is a choice. I believe that it's an escape from responsibility, because if you do not want to have a child, one, why are you having sex in the first place? Second, if there is actually an escape route all the way out, why are you not using protection or any other method? Martha, both a man and a woman can use protective measures.
Both a man and a woman make a child, but only a woman carries and conceives a child.
Very,
and we are
very
now
true.
living in 2023, whereby women have reproductive rights. They have the right to decide that she's not ready mentally, physically, financially, for whatever reason, not to have a child. So the question is, isn't it a double standard for men not to be able to do the same?
The woman carries a bigger burden of the child, because my body goes through changes. I'm putting my life on the line for someone,
and because of that you have more rights. You get to choose more because you are the one who puts yourself more at risk. We agree on that.
What I'm saying is this: the man did not want to have children, right?
Yes,
and then
but he wanted to have.
Why didn't he use protection? No. Why didn't he go and get snapped or something?
Just because I do not want to have a child with you, first of all, does not mean I do not ever want to have sex again in my life. And secondly, it does not mean that I will not want to have a child later on in the future.
You do realize that even in the
it could be just about you.
Sex was all about procreation. Right now, it just became for fun recently.
Babes, we are digressing. If a woman has the right to choose, why shouldn't a man also be allowed to choose?
Are you kidding me? How about you choose not to have sex?
Come on, you should be telling that to the woman.
It's the man who initiates the sex.
You can. That is first of all a lie.
Yes.
In the 21st century. And secondly,
yes, you see a woman and you're like, ooh la la.
Can we at least agree that there are double standards when it comes to reproductive rights, and yet it takes 2 people to have a baby? If it takes 2 people to have a baby, it should take 2 people
Martha,
to agree on raising that
Here
baby.
is the thing. Each gender has their responsibility. You know, I'll never tell my husband, oh my God, since I've carried the firstborn, you go carry the secondborn.
That's not what this is about.
No. You're saying that, where is the double standard?
Would you want a partner like that, like a parent like that for your child? If someone has told you categorically that I do not want to have a child with you, a child is not something that you force on somebody. This is a lifelong responsibility, and the only person who's going to suffer in this equation is going to be that child.
But Martha,
it is that child who's going to suffer because you were selfish. Wait, let me finish. Because you were selfish. This is what I'm saying. If someone has told you clearly, I do not want to have a child, and you go ahead, this is what I think you should do. They should sign legal papers and relinquish all rights of that child, so that in the future, when you have hustled and toiled with this child and on their wedding day, the man doesn't just show up. But after that is done, you can go your way. Because if I choose to carry a kid, that kid will be mine. and I'll take on that responsibility for me. The fact of the matter is, a lot of women are using the child support system as a means of getting by. They have turned childbearing into a business. They target specific men with specific bank account balances.
Mother in Uganda, nobody
Even here, oh my goodness, Hilda, come on. Even here in Uganda, that is there. Do not lie to me. The end does not justify the means. If you tell me that, look, I've got a new pregnant, but I do not want to be a dad to your kid, I'm like, fine. I have nothing to argue with you, but I'm not going to allow my kid to be a victim of this back and forth. No. Don't worry, I'll take the pill.
But did he follow up? If you didn't want to.
Did you follow up? You're a grown adult. Everything that you do has consequences. You've chosen to be a parent. Be a parent. Parenthood is not something you force someone into. The only thing you get from that is resentment. If you're lucky and they're a good, well-rounded person, they will resent only you. But in most cases, they resent even the child. Because in their minds, they're like, this is the responsibility. I mean, look, and it's not even about money. Because you guys, it takes more than money to raise a kid.
Why a grown-ass man
love.
with a brain,
it's about affection,
can refuse or say not raising their child.
The reason is that he has that choice, he has that right. You're a human being, you have autonomy over yourself. You can decide, I don't want to be a parent. It's a fact. We are not here to discuss how you feel. We are here to discuss facts, not how you feel about it. I believe any man, a real man, looks after his own, regardless of how that came to be.
How it was.
However, the fact of the matter is right now, the women are the ones who carry. We are living in the 21st century. We cannot pretend anymore. 7 times a man has said 6 other women are here, and they will testify that I'm a deadbeat. And you choose that person. You make that choice. Because whether you believe it or you don't, whether you accept it or you don't, we choose the father's
Mother, are you trying to tell me that these women are delusional? That they woke up and say to have children?
They are also mad. I'm trying to show you that even these women, there's a role they are playing. Hilda, you mean that for you, any man you sleep with, you just have his kid? You don't do any research? You do not know the man you're sleeping with, that he has 6 kids, that he has 4, that he has 10? You're saying that does not make a woman irresponsible? Come on, I think we are part of the problem. So if you got pregnant for a man and he denied the kid, what would you do?
I would have my child.
Thank you.
And I would raise
That's
my
the
child
advice.
and love
and
my
you would
child.
take that ill. You would take it.
Yes.
Because you chose him. Can we agree? And you seeing my point? Then it come back down to these ladies.
You're blaming the women and letting the man of here he has a right, Don't
I'm
be sleeping
not
around,
blaming
don't have
the
children.
women. I'm just stating facts as they are. Why is it that when it's a man who wants the kid, all of a sudden it's our right, and then when it's the other way around, now you want to wash your hands of the responsibility? What the hell? If you're seated there thinking that, oh, as soon as this kid is here, I'm going to go knocking at this guy's door, there's 7 other of you. And you know the best that the law will do for you is to arrest him. And who does that help? By putting your kid's dad in prison because they cannot look after the kid that they did not even want. It's much better to raise a kid because we have seen wonderful single parent stories. I'm just saying that you do not want someone like this for your own mental health and for the mental health of your child.
If you do not want to have a child, you have to put in place preventive measures, because however careful you are, once you lay down with someone, there's a possibility that you're going to get pregnant, and then what happens then? I do believe that however a child is conceived, you need to take responsibility.
What's the way forward now for these ladies?
Of course, the way forward is for the women to soldier on and raise their children without him. For God to entrust you to raise another person. It's a journey, it's an adventure. But for someone to choose not to be part of it,
it's their loss.
It's their loss. Like, bye. But as a woman, your sexual health is in your hands. You cannot rely on someone else to love you and care about your health more than you. You're the first and greatest love of your life, and your children or child deserves a mother who is healthy, physically, emotionally.
Be more responsible.
You cannot be out there sleeping around and serving leg.
And if this guy has said that he didn't want, then it's fine. Keep it moving in a life. We have to take personal responsibility. You have to see the role you played in your own misery. When you find out that the person that you are dealing with was actually seeing other people on the side, yes, they have a blame. Yes, they have a role to play, but you also have a role to play. By choosing to stay with that person. Exactly. I cannot control what you did, but I can control how I react to what you did. So if you're the kind of man who is showing me that you're sleeping around, if you're that kind of person and I go ahead and I decide that I'm going to have a kid with you, and then I act all shocked when you tell me I don't want anything to do with the kid, that seems a bit, Twilight Zone-ish.
But maybe some of the women thought that maybe if they have a child, the man will come around. Because you've seen
so they thought that they could use the kid to keep the man.
Exactly. Like you've seen sometimes that the man actually comes around. So you cannot use a child to change someone.
At the end of the day, kids don't keep men. If that was the fact, then men with kids would be the most faithful men in the world.
Side note.
The only thing that keeps a man is a man that wants to be kept.
Preach,
and
girl.
maybe witchcraft. Wow!
Hey.
Yes.
I know men who had actually teenagers who had children.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I made my girlfriend pregnant. I'm 17, I'm 18, but I'm going to raise my child. I won't stand by my child. But which kind of heart does a man have to say that they're inconveniencing my life, calling up my phone, leave me alone? You can make a public announcement.
You girl, don't say a man. You say human being.
Kind of human, by the way.
Because there are even women who do that.
Girl, you're preaching to the choir.
I'm telling you, the heart of man is desperately wicked. It's like we can't wait to do something bad. It's deceitful above all things. Who can know it? Who can know the heart of somebody? Today someone is with you, tomorrow they are not. But a journey like parenthood, you can't force someone if they don't want. Shall we?
This amazing light came and made my life so bright.